What's going on, Geeks and Gamers? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and welcome to Gaming with Geeks. We have finally seen gameplay for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but unfortunately, it's not the way that Ubisoft would have wanted us to see it. It was leaked. 30 straight minutes of gameplay was leaked online, first popped up on Reddit, and then quickly spread. As a video was taken down, another one would pop up of the straight gameplay. Now, Ubisoft, much like Naughty Dog, has been acting quickly to try to strike down any of the videos in which the gameplay, just the straight uploads of gameplay, appears. However, unlike Naughty Dog, they are not striking down people who are simply talking about these leaks because maybe Ubisoft knows that they're not allowed to do that. So we're going to talk about what we saw in those leaks and what it means for this game. Assassin's Creed Valhalla footage leaks online via Reddit. Now, the initial report did come from Eurogamer, so I want to give them the credit and read this report. Ubisoft battles to remove leaked Assassin's Creed Valhalla gameplay. Half an hour of gameplay of the upcoming Assassin's Creed Valhalla has leaked online, and Ubisoft is trying to scrub it from the internet. The footage is from a work-in-progress build of the game and comes just days ahead of this Sunday's Ubisoft Forward livestream. That is likely when we were going to get to see gameplay. I don't know if this is the gameplay they were going to show us. I kind of doubt it because, to be quite honest, there were parts of it that did not look very good, and we'll talk about that a little bit. The mission shown features an assault on the real-life Berg Castle in East Anglia and gives our first proper look at the female version of the main character, Ivor. Now, Ivor is, again, just like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, there will be an option to have a male or a female protagonist, whichever the player chooses. This gameplay was the female version of that character. There's a bit of open world gameplay that looks very similar to Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and that is the main takeaway from this. Watching this gameplay, it looks exactly like Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now, for some people, that might be a good thing. For me, I enjoyed Assassin's Creed Odyssey. At least I really enjoyed the story of Assassin's Creed Odyssey and some of the gameplay mechanisms. I thought that some of the side missions got a little tedious, that the game really got... The side missions didn't mean anything. They were just repeat, with nothing really meaningful to them. One of the things I'm hoping for with Assassin's Creed Valhalla is they can really trim that up a bit and make the game a little bit tighter, even if it's shorter, as long as what you're doing means something, I think would be better, because the storyline of Assassin's Creed Odyssey I really enjoyed. Assassin's Creed Valhalla could be the same way. There's a bit of open world gameplay that looks very similar to Assassin's Creed Odyssey, some chit-chat with allies, then it's onto Ivor's longboat for a quick journey to the castle. Ivor recites a poem as the boat sails, a bit of naval gameplay, not really much, you're just driving straight and bracing against arrow impact. Arriving at the castle, now this is something that I think could be really cool. We saw in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, one of the main things behind it were these Greek city-states, and the fact that you would have to choose a side, Athens or Sparta, and battle for either side on the battlefield. This one, since we are talking about Vikings, we're talking about invading England, what we see here is them taking over a castle. So them having to breach the walls and having to go climb over walls and fight their way through until they finally get to, basically the boss or whoever is holding that castle at the time. I think that's really cool. There was some siege equipment used. You had to use a battering ram to get through. That part was interesting. I like that little bit of a change from what we've seen before. After a lot of combat, the mission concludes with the option to either spare or save the castle's owner, Ruud, a pretender to the East Anglian throne. There's a look at the game's new sprawling skill trees. There is skill trees designed to mimic constellations in the night sky, and our first glimpse at Raven Sight, Ivor's ability to highlight objects. So just like the eagle vision that we had before, but this time it's Raven Sight. You're using a raven instead of an eagle or a falcon. Assassin's Creed fans will note a button in the menu to exit the game's animus to whatever its modern-day portion is set. Norfolk fans will note references to places such as Thetford and Northwick. Versions of the footage are currently being taken down on YouTube, and like I said, you can find this. It keeps getting uploaded. I did download it just in case that version that I have found gets taken down. Ubisoft so far has dropped 2 trailers for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, neither of which showed gameplay. It's a pity we're seeing the actual game in action for the first time this way. And I agree. There were, who knows how early of a build this is, but there were definitely some little glitchy moments coming into and out of cutscenes where you're talking to people. And it just, the combat did not look necessarily polished. It didn't look even as polished as Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It could have been the version that I saw, maybe just wasn't the highest quality, but it just didn't quite look up to par. Now, there was some cool things. Like I said, the combat is very much like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but designed around a Viking. There's a cool thing where you're throwing axes at a bunch of people. I thought that was really interesting to see. At the end of the day, the story is going to be important in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. There are a lot of people that do not like that Assassin's Creed has departed from the stealth phase of old and is now basically just RPG. I like it, but what I want to see is a little more mix of stealth involved, and we saw none of that in this gameplay. Who's to see if this represents the actual game and what we will actually see? But for me, it's kind of just like same old, nothing really revolutionary, which after 2 years of not having Assassin's Creed, I think some people are maybe wanting to see more. But we'll see what Ubisoft has in store for us when they actually show us the gameplay they want us to see, not what was just leaked online. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments below. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I will talk to you later.